So, what is mild cognitive impairment? MCI is a medical term used to describe changes in memory, thinking, or reasoning that are noticeable, but they're not severe enough to interfere significantly with everyday life. So, people with MCI are going to possibly forget an appointment or a conversation more often than before. They may struggle to find the right word when they're speaking or lose track of tasks more easily during the day, or they could just feel a little bit more mentally slower or less sharp than they used to. But importantly, these changes aren't dramatic enough to prevent someone from managing their home, going to work usually, or managing a social life. So they can still function independently. So in MCI, we might notice someone is having more trouble with memory. They might be misplacing items or forgetting names, or they might have difficulty with thinking skills that are more complex. Things like planning, decision making, or their processing speed might be affected. This means they might just take a little longer for them to think of something or come up with a solution. So let's talk about the relationship between MCI and dementia. So first of all, MCI is not dementia. However, in some cases, it could be an early stage on the path to Alzheimer's disease or another form of dementia. But this is not true for everyone. In fact, many people with MCI stay stable for years, and some could even improve, especially when the cause is something treatable. So, what are some treatable conditions that could contribute to MCI? These could be things like sleep problems, especially apnea, depression, anxiety, vitamin deficiencies, unmanaged stress, medication side effects, sodium deficiency, or of course, infection. It often goes unrecognized because it's very subtle. But usually the person is starting to notice changes in themselves. Importantly, if you or someone you know notices changes like more forgetfulness, difficulty following a conversation, maybe trouble making decisions that used to be easy, or maybe they're losing track or thread of conversations, or have a hard time remembering reading material, or maybe they're starting to feel overwhelmed by multitasking. So they seem a lot more disorganized. So these are good indicators that it's time for cognitive screening. So a cognitive assessment or screen is going to establish a baseline that then can be repeated over time to help determine, is this a stable condition or some other process happening that we need to evaluate or investigate further. Oftentimes, if MCI is found, the provider is going to refer you or a loved one on for further cognitive evaluation. And rather than this being scary, I want you to think of it as extremely helpful, because people with MCI usually have quite a bit of self-awareness, meaning they have some insight into which situations or things may be more challenging to them, and they're able to compensate, use compensatory strategies quite effectively. So maybe they're writing things down more, or they're setting up a pill box to remind them to take medications, or becoming more reliant on their calendar. So let's just sum things up about mild cognitive impairment. It should be taken seriously as a sign that there are some brain changes going on. But with increased awareness, people can continue to live very full, meaningful, and independent lives. It's extremely important not to ignore symptoms of MCI, because in most cases, MCI, is not going to progress into full-blown dementia. And in some cases, there could even be a treatable condition that's contributing. If you're noticing cognitive changes in your loved one, it's best to say something as soon as you notice something, because it could be an indicator of dementia, or it could simply be a sign of MCI. And a few adaptations may make things easier for everybody. Okay, so hope you learned a little bit today, and now it is time for you to take a break. So let's just settle in and get ready for our meditation. Let's take a moment to settle into a comfortable position. Let your hands rest gently at your sides or on your lap. Let those shoulders drop a bit. Instead of closing our eyes today, I'd like you to try to fix your gaze on an object or a point directly in front of you. So find something to focus on and then soften your gaze. You may feel the eyelids drop slightly. The object may begin to appear a little blurry. Just focus there. Some people find it easier to quiet the mind when they find a focus point. But I'll allow you to determine your own preference. Now take a slow, deep breath in. Hold that breath at the top for a moment, and then exhale as slowly as you can until your lungs are empty. Again, inhale deeply, holding at the top, and exhaling slowly and fully. Continue with this. Let your body begin to settle. Feel its weight being supported. You have nothing to hold up, nothing to do right now. Just be. Bring your attention to the space around you. Notice the air touching your skin. Any subtle sounds in the room or outside. And the quiet that surrounds those sounds. See if you can sense the stillness beneath everything. A stillness that's there when we pause to notice it. Take another slow breath in. And as you exhale, imagine that you're softening into that stillness. Settling into a wide, open space. Let's turn our awareness to the space inside of us. The space in between breaths. The space in the chest as it rises and falls. The space in the mind that was once occupied by thought. Just noticing this space is enough. Feel how much spaciousness there is inside of you. No pushing, no pulling. Just simply being here, present in this moment. Notice the spacious pause after you inhale and the empty pause after you exhale. Those small moments of stillness are always there, a place you can always return to. Let your shoulders soften deeper. Let the jaw loosen. Let the brow smooth. Allow yourself the opportunity to rest in this sense of spaciousness. Allow this space to hold you without any effort on your part. Take one more slow breath in, followed by a long breath out. And if you're ready, just begin to wake up your fingers and toes with a wiggle. Lift your gaze and return your awareness to the whole room. Best to carry this feeling of stillness and spaciousness with you throughout your day. Good luck today. You've got this.